Hello everyone, and welcome to another Factorio Reddit Weekly. I'm Exterminator, and thank you for joining me again today. I'm super excited to be here looking over the previous posts in this last week on the subreddit, sorted by top. We're going to hop right into it here. So we're going to start off with a fan creation, a pixel art from Or, it looks like. Nice, a Mario. I feel like we looked at this last time, or maybe I looked at it. I always get confused. It's like a weekly thing. I never remember what we looked at and then what I just looked at on my own. Or some. It's a me, Factorio. I placed a blueprint but didn't remove the trees. Ended up looking kind of cool in my opinion. Oh, nice. I've said this before. I really do like the scenes and builds in just factory setups where they kind of leave the forest standing and just build it. Obviously trees are the true enemy. We got to get rid of them, but aesthetically, I think it's really cool. And I guess it does have the side advantage of absorbing pollution, but I think it really looks neat, especially rails running through it and stuff. The build just kind of nestled in there. I think it's pretty cool. Kind of like the engineers just building stuff wherever they can find room and stuff. Excuse me. It makes me kind of wish you could plant trees in Victoria in order to reduce pollution. There's definitely a mod for that, or multiple. There's absolutely mods that you can plant trees with. I canceled some handcrafting with a full inventory. Oh, I've done this before too. Not to that extent, though. What in the hell? I feel like this was just. I feel like this was just set up. Like, I don't want to discredit this, like, but okay, either one of two things is true. Either this was like laid out and set up purely for the screenshot, or this person is actually insane out of their mind. Because like, who does this? I think it's absolutely set up though, based on the fact that they somehow still have a pistol and normal ammo and like nothing else happening, and they just somehow have all this stuff to handcraft. But I mean, I have experienced this to a much to not quite of a severe level. Also, this is really cool designs. Also, is what maybe they're showcasing. Like, this is like part of a sunflower almost. Really, really neat designs. Yeah, it does look like art. It is art. Okay, so yeah, this was obviously planned. Here's the hacky mess of code I used to add 500,000 canceled craft commands to the replay. Still really cool though. Like, that really is almost kind of like art. Anyone else absolutely love the I'm a new player here. It's my first messy factory posts. Looking at a new player's factory feels like momentarily getting a glimpse of their mind. The first factory is such an organic, natural, untainted expression of somebody, and I always love to see it. The first factory isn't about efficiency, it's about being yourself and learning. To all new players, thank you for sharing your factories with us. I completely agree with this post title and statement. I really enjoy seeing the new players' factories, the posts here and such. It's just, not only is it a glimpse into their mind and satisfying, it really kind of just brings like instant nostalgia back to me, because it reminds me of my first few bases, which, there's nothing quite like that experience of when you first learn parts of the game and are truly experiencing and learning it for the first time. I really like those. I always love the comments advising people to discover things for themselves too. Exactly, and I would absolutely agree with this. That it's best for people to try things on their own before just looking up how to do something. I have some really urgent, important things I need to be working on. I just spent the last 3 hours optimizing my copper production. Sorry, everyone has a weakness. This game is like digital crack, and it's time to put down the pipe. Sometimes I just stare at my bots for 10 minutes. Yeah, that's Isn't it crazy how fun it can be just to watch your design work as intended? It's basically my version of ASMR. Yeah, but seriously, if you do need to uninstall the game to get stuff done, then do it. I just second the don't delete your save advice. Yeah, don't. Like, there's no need to go insane with it and delete literally everything, but just uninstall the game. Like, obviously you can't play your save if the game's not installed, but don't like put the save in a backup folder or something, because if at some point you have more time or better prioritization in stuff, or whatever the issue is, and you want to come back and play, definitely you're probably going to regret maybe getting rid of that save if you just absolutely delete it completely. Based on the Tokyo 3 layout. Not entirely sure what this is in reference to. Ooh. Wow. This is impressive. I like it. All the stuff going like different directions and stuff. This is pretty cool. Ooh, this is I think this is solar. This is a solar design. Well, no, this may be a solar. That's nuclear. I think this is solar. It could be some sort of like asphalt mod, but I mean, this is solar. I'm actually not entirely sure what this is, because this looks different. Either way, super cool. Ooh, wow. Look at that. Please tell me you added a music box somewhere to play Cruel Angel's Thesis. Base gets overrun by biters, and you can blame Shinji for not getting in the... Oh, man. Got run over by my first train. I'm a real player now. At first I was like, what the hell just happened? Did the game fail? But nope, I did. Wish I had it captured. Yeah. Getting run over by a train is definitely a unique experience, especially the first time. After that, I get used to it. I've been run over probably 500 times. Welcome, you just completed training. I see what you did there. Next stop, accidentally firing a nuke at your feet. I've also done that several times. Once in the middle of my base, believe it or not. Or the in-game getting killed by your own Spidertron because a single bug walked up to you. Oh yeah, if you have nukes in your Spidertron, that's a really dangerous thing to do, honestly. Is putting nukes in your Spidertron and have it on auto fire. When you have a near-perfect rail system and this still happens. Now, this one I think we looked at last week. Near perfect. Let me just add a longer train to this very carefully balanced system, right? But yeah, this is a really good reason to have junctions with a minimum spacing between junctions that's at least the length of your longest train. And of course, proper signaling too, but bug or a feature? Well, obviously bug. What in the hell? Oh dear. I like it. This would go great with the music. I just can't play it for copyright reasons, but this would go great, I think. Spin me right round, baby. Right? Did I just get stick bugged? Oh my god. Busy train junction. Oh, whew, this is 6 minutes long. Holy moly. Just watch this for maybe 10-15 more seconds. It is super satisfying. I love watching stuff like this. Especially in the bases I tour and such. Usually every base has at least one section of rail that just has really crazy traffic going through it. Like this, and it's incredibly satisfying to watch. And this is exactly what I just said. As someone who really doesn't understand the nuances of train stops, the little lights that indicate when they go and when they can't, this is mesmerizing. I think they mean train signals, but... Very cool. Forget the grid. Here's the Ribbon Compact Super Factory. Oh, wow. How it works. Raw material processing. Each side features high-speed double-track lanes plus space for 2 train stations with a limit of 2 and lane swap. Each station can unload 4 blue belts. Give me 6 when needed or load up to 2. Okay, I use the top row preferentially to unload ores and bottom row to move intermediates around. I left a bit of space for belt weaving mini bus on each side of the tracks. High value intermediates. Nice. This looks very cool. 1,000 signs per minute of blue and yellow signs, 1 starlight per minute, labs, 4,000 signs per minute, 1 rocket per minute, or 10 times tier 3 modules per minute. It's pretty dang good. So here's the red, green, purple, and black science. Bootstrap 30 cents per minute based to scale. It's now malt and ammo. Very nice. That's hot. I like the use of a storage tank acting as an accumulator in your oil lines. We use logic on them before to notify me of production issues. For sure. Watching anti-elites, I found out that splitters have a small buffer in them. Don't entirely understand the screenshot. Like, I know splitters do have the buffer. I'm just trying to... I guess it's just showing that, like, when you place it over these, that it's just sitting in the splitter. Yeah. So that's like when you... excuse me, when you place a splitter, like, on a belt line, and then don't connect the actual split off section, and there's materials that just sit on the end of it. That's kind of the buffer amount that it just kind of sits in there. So... As discussed in 280 Friday Facts 287, splitters hold 20% more than their belt counterparts to help with the compression items on the belt. Interesting. I know I read through that. I just don't quite remember it. Gone through so many Friday Facts at this point. Good to know, though. Can be useful, I suppose. I love my super smelter. Man, so do I. This is sweet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 16 lanes of blue belt iron plate. Holy moly. That's a lot. Look at the solar field, too. Right now, each of your furnaces have 6 beacons hitting them. If you just copy and paste the furnace rows to be off by 1 from the beacon columns, 8 beacons will hit each furnace. You'll have a free speed boost. That is an excellent point. So yeah, just to show what they've done. They basically have lined up the beacon with the furnace, which means that, yeah, it's only getting hit by 6. So to get the full 8, you need to offset it. Exactly as this person explained. Also, typing this, I realize now it would be easier to just move the beacon columns up, down 1 tile. That would be much easier. Yeah. But yeah, still very good. I turned my star and island base into a giant solar farm. Ooh. I like the look of this already. Okay, so they took this area, concrete it all. Oh man, that's really cool. Power pole lines actually make it look better, I have to say. That's pretty sweet. I love your concept of a solar panel. It looks great. Yeah. Hexagons are the best of cons. For real, this looks really good. Cool design by them. Minimal nuclear reactor. Nice little starter bootstrap reactor going on here. I like it. Sin. Make it gigantic or not at all. Soon to be released. As clean as it gets. Useful getting is fitting into his tight spaceship in space exploration. That's actually a great point. Didn't consider that. That would be really good. This is a really good starter design though for like your first little nuclear build. Seems correctly ratioed as well. Nicely done. Well, it's not perfect, but oh dear. Okay, I don't know what I. Yeah, it's not perfect, but I started today and it works enough. If it works, it's not wrong, right? No, I mean this certainly works. I mean I do see what they're going for here. It's extremely excessive for the result, but I think that's actually fairly normal for a newer player. This is definitely something I would have done or possibly did do in to some similar fashion when I first started. Also, copper and iron on the same belt may cause issues later down the road or later down the line. But interesting. I have done, like when I first started, I did do builds not exactly like this, but kind of to this degree of unneeded complexity. Ignore the Factorio perfectionist critics, my friend. I think you may have found an over-engineered solution to a problem, but that's precisely what Factorio is all about. Finding solutions, improve them, optimize them. Who cares about perk ratios? Look at your work here, and I found it sublime compared to the crap I come up with on my first run of the game. Well done, and keep it up. This is an excellent post right here. Exactly. It's not perfect by any means. It's not ratioed. Well, I don't know really if there's a ratio here, but it's over-engineered for sure. But, you know, isn't that kind of just part of the game? And that's part of the learning experience. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, everyone's first factory is a total mess, I think. I've beaten the game. Oof, it's a long post. Let's see. T-minus 20. Poised, fuel, and ready to launch at the mere press of a button. I am free. Off in the distance, I hear the thundering roar of my turrets evaporating at another wave of bugs. They keep coming. They've gotten bigger over the years, but I know my walls. Reinforced concreted, peppered with laser turrets and flamethrowers. There are so many bugs, but I know that they don't stand a chance. In the distant horizon, I can just make out the silhouette of my pump decks going up and down, pumping a seamlessly endless supply of crude oil. Train horn sounds off as the train lugs off towards the next stop. T-minus 10 seconds. Turn around and step down from the rocket ship that was to be my salvation. I delve deeper into the factory and disappear amongst the inserters. The iron plate production must be optimized. It can be better. If I just add some belts here, I can up the production speed. T-minus 3, 2, 1. The rocket bellows as it launches into the polluted sky behind me. I don't watch. The factory must grow. Yeah, definitely worth a read this first part. Just a bit too long to read the entire thing in the video, but I really like posts like this that are kind of like story based. And this does describe the game quite well, I think. If I leave, who will grow the factory? Exactly. Laughs and recursive blueprints. That's a good point. Or the Yosef post we've seen, which does use recursive blueprints, I believe, but still. Yep. Just take some time to admire this 12 to 10 belt balancer I found in my first Factorio world. Yeah, okay, that's... Is this even a balancer? It looks like it's... I mean, they said it was their first world. I mean, this is like exactly what I did. Not to the size, but I definitely did balancers, in quotes, like this. The absolute unit. Splitters are like vines. If it's not working, you're not using enough of it. Oh my god. I'm in this comment. I don't like it. Sorry to say the most absurd thing I've heard and also made the most sense. That's a hilarious comment. Comes a time when you must question, do I make spaghetti? Or does spaghetti make me? I don't know what exactly happened here, but I don't like it. This, not bad. Can deal with it. The rest of this, decent. In fact, pretty cool. This? Good lord. Gaze along the spaghetti will also gaze into you. Fan circuits are red, processing units are blue. If you stare into the spaghetti stares back at you. I love it. Yes, this is exactly my thoughts. What's the basis on perfectly palatable spaghetti? Those rails make me concerned for their well-being. Are you okay? Yeah, that was exactly my thoughts. Like, okay, base, spaghetti, not bad. Those rails, oh, what the hell is this? Why is this game so well designed? Like, seriously, I've literally overcomplicated almost every system I've designed so far because I thought the game didn't account for something, especially with trains, yellow signal, train limits, but another feature of them, train limits but related to scheduling, train limits but related to something else in scheduling. Why? I mean, it's nice because having a billion combinators isn't exactly good for UPS. Not sure if complaining or admiring. I hate that it's so good because it's the first of... because it's first of all way too addictive. I literally don't get sleep, and second of all, if I design something, I'll have to simplify it because I didn't look up how well designed this game is. Yeah, the devs covered most everything. I never knew I could hate something as much as my first run. Everything is a hot, industrious mess, and I'm being held back by my lack of oil knowledge and lack of foresight when placing walls. Growing pains are real. Wow, those are some walls. Honestly, though, if you're gonna overkill on some, walls are not a bad thing. I like how they attempted to do a maze, even though it's probably not going to work. Something like this will work quite well. But this, maybe I used to do stuff like this until I realized that the biters just don't really path correctly for this to work. But something like this actually works incredibly well. Kind of like extended dragon's teeth, extended meaning like sections rather than just one or two walls. This, I think maybe they're doing this because they didn't realize chest could be used or something. Like this looks like a buffer, like a belt buffer. Oh man, I love it though. I love it. Oil's a bit of a brick wall that you just kind of run into head first. It's all about balancing the tanks and keeping everything running. It can get extremely complicated, and since everything is in a fluid state, you won't spot the issue until after it bites you in the ass. What I would suggest doing, however, is walling off a large blank area in practice. Yes, oil, especially your first time, is a huge barrier for sure. Dense neural network plus back propagation implementation in Factorio. So I don't really know. Okay. That's a lot. This means matrix multiplication would probably be pretty easy to implement. Oh no. I don't understand any of this, but next thing you know, they're teaching AI to grow the factory for you. Oh right, that already happened. Yeah. Seems cool. If they figured out something cool, congrats for them. I literally don't even know what that is. So I built another monolithic mega base. This time it's 20k seconds per minute from scratch. Benchmark is 62 UPS. Wow. Silos. Green science build. Can I tour this, please? All-in-one science build. Holy moly. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I'm pretty sure they're literally belting almost everything. Like, there's some train lines, but they're belting things massive distances, like instead of trains in some cases, which honestly may be more UPS efficient. Look at the size of this solar field compared to the base and the ore patches. Okay. Wow. Power graph. That's production. 10 hours. Oof. This is nuts. I knew it was you the second I saw Monolithic. Great work. Your creations always amaze me. Insert monkey meme. We're train. Left most of them on this map. This was about only base. Trains were used in some of the initial science builds and for base construction. I'm looking for a save. Map download link. Yes. Okay, I'm saving this. This may be the next base tour. I think I'm out of base tours people have submitted to me. So this may be my next one. I've been looking for like a 20k science per minute base. Actually, specifically 20k science per minute. So this over 4 million solar panels. This would absolutely be worth taking a look at. This will probably be my next base tour here in the next couple weeks. Colorblind fixes without mods and without losing your achievements. So some previous people on the sub, I've compiled an update for Factorio that will fix the graphics for colorblind people without using a mod and without losing your achievements. You can also easily update the colors yourself if your particular color blindness isn't helped. Nice. So if you struggle with color blindness, definitely worth checking this out for yourself. In real life, Biter tried to attack as well, but got killed alongside. Oh no, is that a cockroach? I'm slightly concerned if that's a cockroach. Yikes. Looks like a roach dot of the factory can wait while you clean your house. Yeah. Heard that if you see a roach, it means there's a lot of them inside your house. Not always. If they're larger ones, they're American cockroaches and rarely, if ever, result in a swarm. They'll get in through cracks to find food, but it's just one or two of them. Smaller ones are normally German cockroaches, which will swarm and breed like crazy. Okay, well. Okay. Kind of an ignorant comment. You can have a perfectly clean apartment and still have it infested with cockroaches because of surrounding apartments. This is a good point, too. This is where nuking yourself would be deemed appropriate. Only problem is those nasty guys would likely survive it somehow. I would not, like, if this happened to me, I would not sit there long enough to take a picture. I would either be finding something to attempt to obliterate it with, or be running out of my room screaming. Potentially both. New player, messy factory. I mean, this is actually fairly clean. The mixed belt here is questionable. The fact that they're intentionally mixing it as well is somewhat interesting to me. This will absolutely cause problems. I like the thought behind it. The green iron mix, you can do something like this, so it will work all the time. Yes, I think this is what they were trying to accomplish and didn't realize about side loading, which I don't blame them. Side loading is not the most intuitive thing. Yeah, this is an old GIF, you can tell by the sprites of stuff. But yeah, I think they probably just didn't realize. I didn't know about side loading for quite a while. Here's a way to get approximately the right ratios without calculating anything factorial. This sub-factory makes blue chips. Each component is independently, infinitely expandable in one direction. I make a small amount of each, find where the bottleneck is, and then expand it accordingly. Interesting. Getting to approximate a great way to approximate things without metagaming too much. Exactly how I evolve space platform factory and space exploration. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Take one more look at a last post here. So this is all the stone that spawned in my starting area. Well, best of luck to you. Check the numbers on them. Could have 3K in stone right there. I mean, I guess, but when you can only put like one miner on there, maybe two, makes sense to me. Stone's basically pointless for the early game. Beyond stone furnaces, be bold and venture out and procure more. Hopefully you're not on an island. I disagree. I think stone is an undervalued resource early in the game, and it's just for some furnaces. I remember you also need stone furnaces as an ingredient in both burner miners and steam engines. Steam boilers, which is important. Not to mention walls. If you're playing with biters, walls are usually important. Yeah, that's, you can maybe struggle with that amount of stone. We'll see. Anyway, I think that's going to do it. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I do hope you enjoyed. And as always, I would love to hear your thoughts down below. If you did enjoy, a like is much appreciated, so other people can find it as well. If you're new to this channel or unsubscribed, feel free to subscribe and turn on notifications with the little bell. Until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.